Welcome back, everyone, to the Type QQ Gaming channel. We're back on Neko Navy, easy mode, trying out Chiyoko there. Trying out a new character, new cat character. This one's got a wider shot and a different bomb as well. Hopefully we get to see that sometime soon as we're racking up the points. Hopefully by now we're figuring out how the sort of point system and bomb meta kind of how that all works out. I actually like this character a lot. You don't get a lot of damage out of it, but a sort of wide, not very slow. Pretty good speed when it comes to this character, but the sort of wide shot. The wide shot and the bomb are pretty damn good at clearing out things, and that's certainly a handy thing. Almost obviously, right? Jesus Christ. Alright, how does it stack up to the first level boss? We'll have to find out. And that's kind of a good thing where you have that sort of spread shot. You can kind of like hit each sort of appendage here. There we go, using that sort of bomb there. Whole screen sort of lightning bolt thing. It's super, probably one of the better bombs in the game, I feel. And then just like that, there goes the boss. On to stage 2, as we do. Still working on that 1 CC, on that 1 credit clear. Not worrying about continues like those coins down there. Really trying not to worry about them, but if we get close, we'll use one and just kind of see how see if we can complete the game. But for the most part, we're really gonna worry if we clear the game without, 1 CC. And it'll be interesting to see how this, not necessarily a new character, but a new character to us, how it fares against, bosses like the one that's in the stage with that flower with many different sort of petals. Almost walked right into that one stray bullet. That was pretty silly. There we go, that's how it's done. Learning little by little when to use that bomb. There we go, I think we figured it out. I think it's taken us a while, but I think we got it. Didn't use it there in that last bunch of bosses, and I think, bunch of enemies, and I think it's a good idea. I think you kind of want to have a bomb in the can right here for this sort of boss, just to weaken everything up. I think it's not a bad idea. Still got hit. Pretty bad there. Hopefully it doesn't affect the run too much, but you certainly, when it comes to trying to beat the game, losing lives early like that, it's pretty sad. However, I mean, we're right up there with 96% of the way of picking up a free man, I believe. So just like that, using bombs more freely, more aggressively when there's more clutter on the stage. It certainly turns around and certainly aids you along the way when you're making silly, stupid mistakes. Bam. We're into it. We're into it now. Official bomb meta. That's how it's done. And there it is. Right on the third level, we're picking up our extra man to kind of compensate for that silly play we had in the last level. Kind of holding back on the bomb here for some reason. I'm not sure why. There we go. We used it there on the pills. Maybe being a little conservative, I think. But you know, no harm, no foul. We only lost maybe, I don't know, some points maybe. Hopefully that doesn't play into the larger scheme of things. I don't think it does. And that's a good thing about the sort of bouncing items is that you do get a second chance of picking things up if they pass you the first time. They're going to sort of bounce right off the back of the screen like that, and you can pick them up again. There we go. We've got it going now. We've got it going. 31% of the way there for our next extends. Boom. Boom, and there it is, 34. So as you can see, you know, it's, you know, if you can get away with it, if you can get a lot of things on screen, blow them away with a bomb, especially this, this particular character's bomb, you can score up some real big points. And I think that's kind of how that sort of works, how the cookie crumbles with that one. You know, unless you I think there are achievements to beat the game without the bomb. So unless you're going that way, or if you just want to be, you know, super hardcore, you know, and not necessarily cheese the system. But you know what? Like, to be completely honest, I need all the help I can get. You know, I'll cheese the system, even on easy difficulty. I don't give a shit. I'll do it. I'll do it with a smile on my face. All right, use your bomb here. Come on, there we go. And there we are, just huge orange orbs there on the top of the screen. That's where it's at right there. Now over halfway towards our next life. That's the good stuff. The good stuff. Huge pickups. Yeah, up to 71%, 72. Yeah. You know what? If they didn't want me to cheese the system, don't make it feel so good. That's all I gotta say. If loving sausages is wrong, I don't want to be right. So many points that they're actually like bounce off the side of the screen and have left the game altogether. But yes, there's our extend right there at what, 20 billion, something like that. I forget. It's too huge of a number for me to count. But doing well, but still playing like garbage, being stupid. However, this is a huge pickup. That enemy is, yeah, that's nuking that thing is so good. All right, we at least evaded that sort of that attack this time. Here we go again. Giant payload. And that's one thing we do have to worry about with this character, is that we don't have the highest amount of damage. So, oh man. got beat up a bit too much on that boss, I feel. But I mean, that's sort of the risk you take playing a sort of character that's a little weaker in the DPS, but has a wider shot. You know, those sort of quick projectiles that you're supposed to shoot down becomes a little bit more difficult. However, we are at 83% of hitting our next 83% of hitting our next extends, so should do that. Jesus, it's just about right there. There it is, right there. And this stage, maybe rightfully so, where it's this golden stage, is a great area to pick up all these sort of bonus areas, or not, bonus points rather. Gives you a lot of bullets, a lot of enemies. Yeah, just filling up the stage with pickups. You know, almost a sort of infinite bomb type of setup, just a sequence of bomb after bomb after bomb. These things are just dying as quicker than they are being picked up. That sort of thing, just full. And already halfway through our next extends. Pretty awesome stuff. Yeah, pretty massive. Good stuff right there, up to 85% already. And you know, the fun just doesn't stop. Really can exploit the enemies in this level. Rather easy boss here, but hopefully we don't do too little damage that we can, you know, destroy the projectiles and bounce back that sort of iron ball thing. That looks like everything okay, and there's another extend there. Quite the simple boss. A lot of pickups everywhere there. Yeah, just a really simple boss. A little strange how easy the stage is. This must be all right. I think that's going to score big on bonus points as well. It is very cool. It's a little baffling to see how easy this boss is. I think. Level 5? I think we're going into 6 here. How just easy? Yes, level 6. Just how easy the level 5 boss is. I mean, no real complaints. But you have bosses like that flower boss in the 2nd level, which is, I think, a lot harder than he is. And certainly this type of cat's attack is really good for this area where you just have all these sort of teleporting in jellyfishes. Also picked up that extra extends there at 50 billion or whatever. Bam. And these sprinkled donuts are going to continue to be the bane of our existence until we figure out a way to, whether hold a bomb or just evade them altogether. This boss should go down rather easy because we, despite the fact that we're wide shot, we do hit him with a good number of different angles. I guess is the correct word to say. Many pieces of our wide shot do get to hit him. Learning the pattern of that little bullet there. All right, there goes that mini boss. That guy's more challenging than the last boss in the last level. Excuse me. Lost another life. What's going on here? Raining money here. Alright, and then we scored another extends, keeping us back up to 3 lives. And these characters here with their sort of multi-hitboxes, or rather, multi-parts that you can break down, they certainly can cause some issues. If you don't take care of them properly, that's for sure. Alright, and here we are, we're back to the Android cleaning mole, Potato Massive, I'm not sure. But yes, we're against the mole boss. This character should be made to dismantle this boss. Poor movement though. Just not really aware of our surroundings, but being in a tight... Wow. Falling apart, 2 deaths right there. Hopefully we can stick together. 55% towards our next health. But yeah, like I'm saying, this cat is made to dismantle this boss. Where no matter where he is, sadly missed all those points there. But no matter where we are, we're just doing damage to it. Maybe not 100% of our damage, but still, it's just a matter of time. And there we go. We grabbed enough of that sort of orange mass of points to catch ourselves a free man. And that's kind of what we're doing. Like every time our bomb is available, we're just firing it. Oh, lost another man. How much damage does this guy take? Certainly one of the more tankier bosses we've found so far. And there we go, finally, goddamn. But at a stage of the game where we could, possibly have 7, 7 extends, we're down to 0. But, we're making progress at least, we're into day 7 now. 53% into our next extend, so hopefully we can get that rather soon, but, who knows? Stuff like that will certainly help if we can keep doing that. Brings us up to 74. Watcher's Revenge, Broken Heart. So kind of like a new model of the first boss, I'm guessing. Being very careful with this bomb. Let's make sure we score it properly. I think we're waiting for a big attack like that to kind of counter. Nearly getting hit that. Well, nearly evading that rather. Oh, and shot down. That's going to be the end of our 1cc, but it looks like we do continue on just for formality's sake, I guess. During this run, I felt a little, like I wanted to explore a little bit more in this final stage. And those homing stars, those are ruthless. Really couldn't get the rhythm of them, but and just like that, we were at 2cc, we were looking at 3cc real quick, with it. And then you have these octopus firing lasers, and just like that, we're in the 3 or 4cc territory now. We're finding out a little bit in the later stages of this game that, although we can hit everything with multiple shots, we're not doing a whole lot of damage. So if we're in a bad position without a bomb, it's exactly that, a pretty bad position. Alright, first form of the final boss. Certainly made for us, where we can kind of touch everything and just deal damage. No matter where we are in the screen, that sort of thing. Picking up a free man there as well. We do not. 66% of the way. Excuse me, my cough just does not want to go away. I've had a cold now for weeks now, and it's just the last remnants of it just kind of lingers on for no apparent reason. .75% towards our next extends. I believe this is the second of 3 forms of the final boss. A great attack to counter with a bomb there. Tons of points there, although it doesn't look like we're able to collect all of them, but all the same brings us up to 97%. So you'd have to think with this next bomb. No, kind of botched it. You know, with that bomb, didn't really capitalize on any other, you know, enemy fire or anything. I mean, we eventually got it, but you know, treading water there. You know, we really should be at least 2 health, and we really kind of messed up the legendary unidentified animal, this sort of worm-like character. But yeah, we kind of squandered one of the lives back there. Down to our final life, final form of the boss. Getting out of the way of those. There we go. Although not a lot to capitalize with. And that's going to be it right there. Did pretty well, all things considered. We got to the final boss. I mean, granted, we used some continue coins, so nothing really too much to brag about. You know, not the 1cc we wanted, but you know, it is practice for the later stages and boss. So yeah, until next time, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all those things, and we'll do this again real soon. All right, have a good one, guys.